A very good morning, one and all. Greetings of the day. A warm welcome to one and all. I hope all of you are enjoying the session uh, by our eminent speakers. I am extremely delighted to welcome today's speaker, Dr. Dilip Barad, sir. I welcome you, sir. Dr. Dilip
Okay.
Barad is serving as the professor and head of the Department of English and Dean Maharaja Krishna Kumar Singh Bhavnagar University, Bhavnagar. He is also associated with the different positions in academic governing bodies at MK Bhavnagar University. He also has a vast teaching experience of 23 years in the field of English language and literature. Sir also manages his own blog post that contains more than 200 posts. Sir is really a gem of knowledge. I once again welcome you, sir, and it is our honor to have you with us today, sir. I request you to start the session, sir. Over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot to entire GIT team for this wonderful program that they are organizing. This is the third phase of this program, and it was very interesting to interact with the participants, though few in number, but still those participants were very interesting in their thoughts, and it was good to have a bit of interaction with them. And let us hope today also in this third phase also we may expect the similar kind of participation from all of you, all the participants are there. But before we enter into the topic,
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, hello.
Sir, you have started the recording from your side?
No, I have not started.
Okay, sir. We have done it from our
Yes.
side. But if there are some network issues from this side, so if we will be able to give it to you, then it will be
okay.
fine.
No problem. I think once it has started, then it will remain, even if you are disconnected then also. Yeah. But yeah.
Okay, fine,
okay,
sir.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, but before we start, you might have received an email. I have sent an email a few days back, and then there was a reminder email yesterday also asking participants to do something, as it is STTP program, training program, where some kind of an interaction or some work is expected to be done by the participants. And as we all are teachers, we know that the best learning happens when we do something. So only talking is not important, but along with talking, if we keep on doing something, then it is very useful. So the same way I have planned my session also, that the planning of the session is that in advance participants are given something. So you have to take one small test and then you have to get a certificate from that, a PDF certificate, and that is to be uploaded in the Google form, which is shared in email. And one blog, a brief blog was given to you. So you read something about morality and ethics and what are the differences. That task was given as a pre-session task. And some of you have done the task. So first of all, let me see this. How many of you have done the task? That task, how many participants have done? So let me share one screen here to see this. So on the screen that I am sharing, you will be seeing some of the names. So there are 11 participants who have given their feedback, or they have taken a small test and they have submitted the document also, and they have given. So as there are only 11, so we can name them also, and we can be very thankful to them also for their interest in the session. Yeah. So we are thankful to Dipali, Dr. Shweta, Dr. Pooja, Chintan, Jayanti Roy, Dr. Jeba, Dr. Manisha Bal, G. Anuradha, Asmita Nigam, Ajay Jamnani, Dr. Sarita Rathi, and Dr. Mayura Pandey. So we are thankful to you for your interest. There are around 90 participants. As I got the list of the participants in this phase, there are around 90 participants from which we got a response from 11. So, well, in a way, if you see this, then it is a very low participation. You also will agree that it is comparatively low. If it is around 40, 45, we can say 50% is good enough. We do understand that online deliberations and academic deliberations are difficult. And it is not difficult because there are other problems. I see that the difficulties of dealing on online platform for teaching learning process or faculty development programs or short-term training programs is that we normally, we as teachers or the learners, we as learners, we have a rather some kind of attitude problem. Like the way we are invited at one place, and then we are like forced to sit in a particular room where attendance are taken, and then things happen. Then we remain present, physically present. I don't know whether all of us remain mentally present also or not, but physically we remain present, and we try to do kind of an interaction. And we think, we all, organizers, resource persons, parties, they all think that, well, people have assembled, so learning is happening. The students are coming in the classroom, so learning is happening. Students are not coming in the classroom, learning is not happening. That is what we have mythified idea. I say mythified because we need to do a lots of research in that really learning happens when people gather or not, or remotely why learning is not happening, or what is the problem. Well, my conclusion so far is that we have attitudinal problem. Like we need to change our mindset regarding learning and teaching. It is not necessary that whenever we are face to face, then only learning can happen. If we are remotely located, then learning may not happen. That is a myth. It can happen if we take it sincerely. The way we enter in the class and we sincerely attend, the same way remotely located people also sincerely attend the thing, then it can happen. That is one point here. The second important point is that in online deliberations, as a teachers also you might have faced in this corona times, that you have to teach online. Students were not allowed to come in the institute, so you might have faced lots of problems. One of the very important problem that we all as such faced in this dynamics was about learner engagement. How to make learners engaged with learning. So many people like me, they tried many variety of things. We keep on trying that, how we can engage. We worked on Glassboard, we worked on OBS Studio, we worked on Kahoot, gaming applications, which we are going to work today also. And many things we tried, and to some extent we got success also. To a greater extent we got a success. As a conclusion, we can say that in an online platform, when you deal remotely with the people, yeah, my connection was lost for a while. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, so I was making a point that when remotely, online mode, when we connect with people, learner, student learner, or a resource person to the other teachers, and in any of the forms, what is important is activities. Some kind of work is necessary. So it seems from my experience that if we give some work to the learners, then perhaps they may be interested in the sessions, and they may complete the work also. But before I conclude that, well, it always works in that way or not, when you give work and students get engaged with the learning, our issue is engagement. When I look at this phases of workshops which we are going, and this part also, like we all have gathered here. Now there are 18 participants here that we have gathered. Which again is very alarming, that if there are 90 registered participants, and out of that, if we get a response of around 10 or 11 only 10 or 11, so around 10% only, 10 to 12% participation only are responding to what we are trying to say, or what we try to engage the learner. So it seems that there is other problem also. There is some other dynamics also which are functioning, and which We all will have to look at it. We all, like as a resource person, I, GIT as an organizers and participants, you also have to work out that what can be a motivating factor to get engaged into STTPs. Or also the question, like we are talking about ethics and morality in this, and these are very important questions that ethically, morally, how far professional development is necessary for us. Is it my moral duty or my ethical duty that I should keep on professionally develop myself with new things or not? Well, ideally, we all will say yes. We should always keep on honing our skills. We should always keep on sharpening our axe. We should always work on our skills, and whatever time is there, whatever are the challenges of the time, we should accommodate ourselves with all those kinds of things, ideally. But when an opportunity is given, or when we have to work out on our own way, then why it happens that the participations of the teachers is very low? Why? So maybe there is some problem on the side of resource persons also, that they are not able to engage the participants in a proper way. Well, if some are doing, then what? Or organizers are perhaps not able to organize everybody in a proper way, but they keep on communicating through emails and different kinds of digital platforms. And if the participants, they do not reply anywhere, they do not respond, then what can be done? How it can be motivating? So that can be one of the questions, which is very much connected with the ethics and morality of professional development, our training programs, our refresher courses, our induction programs, everywhere. This becomes very, very important thing. When I look back at when in 96 I started my teaching career, in 1996 when I started, then I also had undergone several refresher programs and orientation programs. Well, I always see that those programs were very helpful to me as a young teacher. Those programs were very helpful, and it really shaped me in variety of ways while working on that. So I don't see that these programs are not necessary. I don't see that. My personal experience is that it is not bad, or it is like not something unnecessary. It is very much important. Constant training, induction programs, refreshers, orientation is very, very necessary, and the honing of skills is very, very important thing. So having said that, why we see a kind of a response that normally see in this STTP program is also very low. Second, you will also see that in online, punctuality is very important. In online, time, punctuality is very, very important. Now, again, punctuality is connected for me with our ethical practices or our moral code of conduct also, that how do we respect time of other people also, or not only our time, but other people also. So you might have seen that when we get organized into a hall, or when we have a physical kind of programs, that normally after participants have settled down in the hall, and then the organizers and resource person would come, and then the program used to start. And normally in India, we have like 30 minutes time lapse, 30 minutes after the program normally begins. So there is a very long inaugural welcoming, floral welcome, verbal welcome, and lot many those things are there. Now in an online platform, we see that, well, all those things are not necessary. And here we have to be on time. And so normally as a resource person, whenever I have participated in any of the events, or even as a teacher, everyday classes, I have to be 5 minutes earlier. I have to open the class. I have to quick link, and I have to enter so I can give entry to other people also. So as a teacher, also I have to be the first in the class. Normally we are the last in the class. When we enter, students are supposed to settle down. In an online mode, things change, and we have to first enter, we have to open the door, lock and key and everything, and then students will come. Resource person will have to enter first. Organizers will open the doors and everything of the room, virtual room, and then later on, slowly and steadily, participants keep on coming. So like, for example, we have started for around 20 minutes, and now from 18 it is now 24 participants. So late entries we see, and then subsequently people will keep on entering there. Now imagine this this situation, and then how do we take all this thing? Like, we all have work. It is not that we do not have work. Everybody has a work. but how do we respect time, punctuality, as a participant or other thing? For example, if I am a participant of any of the event, then when I fill a form of participation and I commit that I will join this, it is my promise or my commitment that I will be regular in all the things. That will be my top priority. Other works will always be there, but this program obviously will be my top priorities. That's why I have joined it. And so I have to give time and first priority to this program. So punctuality, time, everything becomes no problem then. If it is a top priority, no problem. But if it is not a top priority, it is like I have many other works. I will be simultaneously doing many other work, and there will be a laptop through which teacher will be speaking, or a mobile phone will be there, and the mobile phone will be undergoing a training program. And I will be busy doing my other work. I may be traveling, I may be in washroom, I may be moving around the spaces, as we see many of our students. We also might have seen our own children also, how they are learning. And good schools, the things may be proper, camera on or off. Very interesting thing to observe. Most of you keep your camera off normally, as we see here. And so as a resource person, you don't know whether on the other side people are listening you or not. A tremendous challenge that we face. But at the same time, this question about ethics and morality, that is it that online things are failing, or are we failing online things? Are we failing it by not taking it sincerely? By not taking it sincerely, are we also not playing a vital role in seeing that things do not work? That is what is damaging even our physical training programs and other things also. But this is a very pertinent first aspect about morality and ethics. This is very important that we have to keep on asking us about professional development, and from there everything that becomes very important for us. Well, so coming to the point directly, what do we mean by ethics and morality? And if you have gone through the blog which I have shared, and some of the questions that you might have, if you have taken, then you might be aware about a couple of things, that it is very difficult to define morality and ethics also. There is a very thin line between both of them. How do we differentiate between that, and is it possible to differentiate? So to understand this, one small online test was prepared, and the link was given to all of you, so you can access those things. And these are the responses that you all have given. These responses are given by the participants here. That now here you will see 31 responses. So as the responses of the participants in this program is very low, just 10 or 11, so I have to merge it with the second phase also. In second phase we had around 19-20 responses, and this, so both the responses are merged together here. In the first we had, I think, around 40 responses. In the second and this third was like lowest one. So 31 here. Now this what is the difference between ethics and morals? And you were asked to give. So most of you said that both morality and ethics are loosely connected with each other, and is and they try to deal with what is good and what is bad, what is right and what is wrong. That is the primarily thing. That, and so 71% of the participants have selected this, quite right. Ethics and morality basically deals with what is right and what is wrong. And you can connect with time, punctuality, training programs, our way of dealing or taking that with sincerity and seriously, everything about what is right, what is wrong. Second important is 54%, and it is like many people think of morality as something that's personal and normative, whereas ethics is the standards of good and bad distinguished by a certain community of social setting. Now this point, second point, and if you'll see the fifth point, then the second and the fifth point tries to conflict with each other. In a way, like some people say that morality is personal, ethics is general. Whereas some say that ethics is personal, morality is general. So now when we have confusion between whether ethics is personal or morality is personal and what is general kind of a thing, we have to see examples to understand this. And then something becomes clear. Or sometimes we have to ask an inverted question that what is unethical, what is immoral. If we ask what is unethical or what is immoral, then somewhere the things become more clear rather than asking what is ethical and what is moral. So we ask an inverted question, or we do that reverse engineering with the questioning, we change the language, and then we try to see whether we can get a proper answer or not. Okay? But before we go into that, asking the reverse questions, and which already are asked, and we will see the responses. But what we see here is that third option, only 12.9% say this. 4 only have given this response, and that is about religion and morality. The full sentence is something like this: morality has Christian, and then you can say religion, any religion, connotation to many Westerners or many people, since moral theology is prominent in church, temple, or mosque. So how religion controls our morality, and this is very important because religious codes are different. Christian religious codes are different. Judaism religious codes, or Hinduism or Christian religious codes are different. And so it may happen that sometimes we find that the people's morality, when governed by religion, also keep on changing. And sometimes something that is unethical or immoral for somebody can be ethical and moral for other religious group of people also. That's why this question, it is good that many people are not agreeing with this idea that morality and ethics is connected with religion. It is very harmful because religious clashes also come into moral clashes or even ethical clashes that people face at a different level. So though people, when we grow, we are always taught through religion about what is right and what is wrong. But as we grow and become adult, we are supposed to become more secular in terms of morality and ethics. We are supposed to be more global, more secular in terms of ethics and morality. And that's why people say that, well, people can follow religion, but it should be home affair. It should be personal affair, whereas ethics and morality has to do with the wider social structures also in our professional life also. Okay, so this are the, and then the final point, many of you agreed with that also, 41.9%, and that is that ultimately the distinction between the two is like a line drawn in the sand, or you can say watertight compartment. It is something like watertight compartment, and because it is confusing to see, we have to see some examples, cases. If we take some case studies which can be defined in one single sentence, then it becomes very easy to understand. So the second, now we were moving into this aspect about understanding this watertight compartments between ethics and morality. So this were the questions that were asked, which 10-11 of you responded. If a teacher is irregular in his duty, not completing syllabus, for example, or there may be many other forms of irregularities also, he or she may be considered as unethical or immoral. Yeah? So well, most of you said it is unethical practice not to do that. It is not connected with morality. Now see, in this context, we try to see that morality is connected with human character, and in that way we try to see moral. Whereas work is, whether you do work or not, is ethical practices. So ethical becomes more practical and morality becomes more theoretical in this context. But what is deciding the meaning is the context in which we are using this word, or we try to study this aspect here. So well, fine, it is unethical practice if people are irregular in their duties. Imagine here, for example, teachers there. We got 2 and 3 responses for ethical and moral also. Ethical and moral. Now you may also have a question that who has said this, that being irregular in duty is ethical, or 3 of you said moral also. Yeah. Now, see why this happens. Because we do not read the questions properly. Sometimes we are told that you do this, so we go, we click the button, whatever comes there, we select the options and we submit without reading. And this is also a kind of a pandemic. This also is a pandemic where people do not take their work sincerely. This virus has no vaccination. This virus is such a virus that it has no vaccination, that you, and this keeps on happening. We have seen with students also, because we all are first students. We were students also. So while we were students, perhaps we were not told by our teachers, or we have not become a part of this practice, that when somebody is asking us some questions, we should read it carefully, we should understand it carefully, and then only respond. This is very basic of communication skills also. And most of the arguments and most of the debates keep on happening because people are not ready to understand the other person. They just want them to be understood. They don't want the other person to be understood. And so we find many problems normally keep on happening in different contexts also. So that is also getting reflected here. And it's a good learning lesson for all of us, that when we respond, well, we can identify who these people are also, but we don't want to go into all those things. We are just observing the general behavioral pattern where ethics and morality matters a lot with everybody. Okay? Well, another question here was like, just a minute, yeah. This question was like, if a teacher is physically exploiting students, she may be considered as what? Okay, so well, here it is very easy. Here it becomes very easy for us to say it is immoral. Maximum point goes to immoral, 77% there. Now the confusion with unethical, you can say it is unethical also, no doubt about it. It is unethical as well as immoral also. But again, we see 2 plus 1, 2% it is ethical. One said it is moral. See how we need to, these are all our friends only. These are all our friends. These are all belonging to teaching fraternity people. So, we see that teachers are the fountainhead. And if you want to make the entire pond moral or ethical, then fountainhead plays a very vital role. If you put a drop of amrit, a drop of elixir at the fountainhead, then the entire pond will be pious, good, moral. If you put a poison there, then entire pond will be poisonous. And that is why people say that teaching profession is the mother of all the professions. Teaching is the mother of all the professions, and that is the sense of respect that teaching has, teaching profession. And teachers obviously are supposed to have a kind of ethical and moral things which it keeps on reflecting in their behavior rather than only in their talks. That's why doing is very important. When we do something, then we find that, well, we still have like 10-20% of the people among us, not many, 80-90 are good enough. Most of you have read and responded, but few of them. And this bad apples should not, bad mangoes, rotten mangoes should not spoil all the mangoes in the basket. All the mangoes should not be affected by that. That is also very important. Well, the third question was that if a teacher supports students' agitation against management, it can be considered as what? If a teacher supports students' agitation there. Well, most of you said it is unethical, and quite right. It is unethical, and it also can be seen as moral also. It is moral. So there is a conflict between something which I do is on one side is unethical also, and it is moral also. Now this is very confusing situation. So why this very idea about ethics and morality is confusing? This kinds of case studies, or later on the last question is about lawyer also, which also tend to say in a similar way. Let us take both the questions together. Lawyer telling court that his or her client is guilty. Lawyer telling to the court that his or her client is guilty. So the lawyer ethically is supposed to defend the accused. Even if he is aware that this person is guilty, he is not supposed to tell. Why? Because ethical codes control the relation between the lawyer and the client. But morally he thinks that, well, this person is a culprit, he is a murderer, and morally it seems like I should tell. So I will have to violate my ethical codes of conduct, and I have to be unethical to be moral. So then situation becomes very complex in this context, that sometimes we are both, we are moral and unethical. So that is what perhaps that students, if their students' cause is right, and if they are agitating, and if you think that, well, students are right, if I will not stand with students today, tomorrow I will not be able to teach them ethics and morality, because students will also ask that, where were you then? What about re? Lots of what about re may happen along with that. So the situation, this is a very, very tricky situation or ambiguous situation. We can say between the devil and the deep sea. We are in the clutch between the devil and the deep sea, and a very vital crisis that we can see in this here. Okay? I think the last one in this before we do some kind of joint interaction with everybody. If a teacher is doing administration work at the cost of teaching, the teacher can be considered as what? As unethical or moral or what? Well, most of you said unethical, and it is quite true also. Like, we are teachers first, then administrator. Now, it is not to say that we are not supposed to do any administrative work. Like I gave example earlier also, that being a dean of a faculty or a board of chairman or head of the department, these are not the positions of teacher. These are the administrative positions. So we are education administrator also, and along with that, in many other committees, when we have to play a vital role, it can be about sports also, it can be about cultural activities also, NCC, NSS, hostels, and lot many things happen in and around academic institute. And we can't say as a teacher that, well, I will not do any admin work, I will do only teaching. No, it's not possible, because it's a part and parcel of our job also. We have seen many teachers, they do not like even the work of assessment also. Assessment, examination, assessment. They say it is very dull and boring. But well, this is almost the half part of our teaching. Teaching is complete when the assessment is properly done. And if we do not take assessment work, evaluation of answer sheets in a serious way, then there is no meaning of teaching at all. All teachers have to consider that assessment is the half cycle. And we know that in society, or let us say in market, if I want to use the word market, job market, then there it is the marks which are valuable than the teaching, at least at the entry level. At the entry level, then the stories are different, whether people have a talent or not. But there it is very important. So when teachers say that, well, I don't like assessment, well, fine, nobody perhaps likes assessment and kind of thing. But we have to say that it is a part and parcel of our job. It is as important as teaching, and sometimes more important for market and society, or for students, that mark sheet is more important many times than the teaching. It is not to devalue the work of teaching, but to see in a more practical aspect. So administration work also should be done, but at the cost of teaching, then it is problematic. Then it is unethical, and people will have to manage both the works simultaneously together also. Well, so, for a much wider and ethical moral concerns in society, let us play this small game on Kahoot platform. On a Kahoot platform, let us play. So, in an email, I have written to you that if you keep two devices, it will be very good. If you keep two devices, two mobile phones or one mobile and laptop. If you're on laptop, you can keep another window open. You can split your screen, and you can see here my screen, and then you can work on another screen. So in this game, we are using Kahoot here. I will ask you to visit one website and put a code there, and then we have to, some question will be reflected on my screen, and then you have to give your response to those screen. What we want to see in a wider concerns in society, the economics, the politics, society, culture, in all those contexts, how in a different small case studies in a given context, how do we think of what is right or wrong, whether we agree or disagree with those propositions that we want to see here. Okay, well, there are no right or wrong answers, so be free to respond. There are no right wrong answers, so all answers are correct. This is just opinion based a game that we want to do here. Okay, so let me share the screen, and you have to see my screen also, as well as you have to work on your screen. Okay, I'm sharing the screen here. Okay. Yeah, okay, I have started sharing the screen. I think you, yes, let me remind you that if you are on mobile phone, then rotate your mobile phone. If you are using standing mobile phone, then rotate so you can see full screen. You will have to see the full screen. So rotate your mobile phone, okay, so you can see the full and the screen while you work on it. Okay, so you have to visit the website kahoot.it. Yes, kahoot.it. Is the website which you have to visit, kahoot.it. Yes, and this is the pin 5159026. This is the pin. Yes, yes, thank you, Sneha madam, for posting it in the chat also, and code also I would request to be put in this. Also put the code here. Okay, yeah, we are waiting for the players. So if you are doing any other work simultaneously while listening to me, then for a while stop your work and come to this. And if you were not alert when I gave initial instructions, let me again repeat the instructions. You have to go to this site kahoot.it, and you have to enter the pin 5159026. Okay, fine. We have now getting the participants are coming. Yeah, okay. We got 5 participants now. Yes. If you have any doubt, you can unmute your mic and you can ask. If you have any doubt, please do not hesitate to ask. Unmute your mic. You can also keep your camera on. If you are in a good position, if you are sitting it in a proper way while attending this session, then you can put your camera also on. On mic, you can unmute and you can ask any question, or you can share your viewpoint also. Yes, yeah, we are getting now 8 participants. We have got 8 of you have joined. Right now we have around say 28 participants in this group. 28 participants are here, and out of which we have now 9 participants who have joined this. Yeah. Yes, let us wait for a couple of more minutes. Let us wait for a few more minutes so the others can also join here. Yes, if you are trying and if you are facing any problem, do not hesitate to ask. Yeah, unmute your mic. You can put your camera also on, and you can ask anything if whatever you want to here. Okay? If you are working on the same device, then your camera will, even if it is on, it will not work when you go to another screen. But if you have another device, then it will be good. You can put a camera on in one device and you can play in the another device. Remember, you will have to see my screen also, because the question or that case study statement will be reflected on my screen only. It will not be on your screen. In your screen, there will be only color boxes which you have to tap. With whichever color box you agree, you have to tap that color box. So you have to keep on switching over from one screen to another screen. So in Google Meet, if you are master, then you can very quickly switch over from one to another one. Also, multitasking can also be done very quickly. Okay? Yeah, fine. Yes. So out of 27 participants, now we have 11 joining. Let us wait for a couple of more minutes so that others can also join. One of the, well, by the time people are joining, one of the idea that the organizers of this kinds of programs, when they are doing it online or even offline, is this, that they should make activity as attendance, not attendance as a separate thing where people come and say yes, or I am present, or I tick mark, but activity. If you participate in activity, you are present. Then only you will get a certificate. Then only you will get a certificate, because
Yes, sir. We
yeah.
are taking the screenshots accordingly. So we'll
Okay.
proceed further in the same way.
Yes, that is good. Yeah. So those who are present in all the sessions, then they only in that way get. So it is good if you are following that practice.
Yes,
And
sir.
yeah, if the certificates are not given to everybody, but those who are participating only to those, then there is value of certificate also. The value of certificate. We have seen during this time, this Corona time, there are lots of webinars happening. Lots of webinars. And in most of the webinars, normally people go to hunt certificate. Certificate का शिकार करने जाते हैं. To hunt the certificate, people normally go. So they fill registration form. As soon as the program has begun, still the speaker is being introduced, people will start asking, where is feedback form? Where is feedback form? Because we know that feedback is connected with certificate. You fill the feedback form, auto-generated certificate is delivered in our mailbox. Or all the certificates are given based on the feedback form. So without listening, also people keep on giving the certificate. In last two phases, I have submitted the report also of all this activity. How many of you are present? How many of you were doing the activities also? So that way also, when we organize, or as a teacher also, when we think of participation, if we start making it like compulsory, that activities should be done at least. Even if you have a problem for a while in connecting, for a while you get disconnected, but complete the work. If you complete the work, well, it will be as equal as attendance there. So while we were organizing these programs, these webinars, I'm just waiting for some of you more to join. So to kill the time in between, I'm just sharing some of the experiences, so that we have 12 right now, and we hope that the others will also join. So again, a reminder out of 28, that if you are doing any other work, then leave that work for a while and come here. If you are doing other work, then leave that work for a while and switch over for a while for this screen to see what we are doing here. Okay, so so when we were having this webinars, when we organized, in the feedback form also we put some of the statements. Like one feedback statement was like, in the name of the God that I believe, I say with a promise that I have attended all the sessions, and then only I am filling the feedback form. So some of the participants told me, they wrote an email. They said that because of this statement, we have not filled the feedback form because we have not attended all the sessions. And so that statement, it was a catalyst agent to arouse our ethical concern or our moral concern that, well, if I have not attended, then I should not ask for certificate. I should not even fill a feedback form also in that capacity. And then we ask that something like screenshot should be submitted, another thing. But we know we are very smart people. People ask anybody else to take the screenshot, and the screenshot can also be shared. So while looking through the screenshot, we found that a group of people, only one person was filling everybody's feedback form, and the same screenshots were found. Same screenshots were also found when people were dealing with those things. Yeah. So that is how we find a way. Rather than walking on the straight path of ethics and morality, we always try to see that how we can break the system, how somebody is working or hard working as an organizer, how can we break that system. That is what normally people try, and these are also teachers also. They also do such things. So that's why this topic is very interesting topic. Communication skills and ethics also, because whatever we communicate, whatever way, like filling feedback form is communicating, filling registration form is communicating with anybody. All these things are very, very important for everybody. Okay, so I think at 12 it has settled. Now the other 26, other 16, other 16, either they have just put their mobile online so that people, when they take screenshots, it is there. Otherwise, it is not there. So that is also one of the ideas that people do. They will put their one mobile phone logged in. And so when the screenshots or attendance are automatically taken, their attendance are taken, but they are not there. They are not there. Like, at least I can conclude, like we can conclude here that only 12 are here right now. Only 12 are here right now out of even 28. Others are not here. Now, if you are there and you have not joined Kahoot because some problem, you can come and tell us. Come online and tell that you are there, but because of some technical problem, you are not able to join Kahoot. You can put in a chat also. You can put in a chat also that, well, I am here, but I am not on Kahoot because of this reason. That also you can give. Well, this all are learning lessons. This all are learning lessons for all of us, for organizers, resource persons, participants, everybody. We keep on observing and learning the things from the various things. Okay. Well, okay, so I'm starting the game with the 12 participants that are here out of 28 who are right now in the group. Okay. Okay, so some general case study kind of question that is leading towards ethics and morality. Yeah, some people are naturally unlucky. Yes, some people are natural. Now you will see color box. Maybe in the first question, many of you may find a problem in this. If you are first time using Kahoot, then you may find a little bit problem. Yeah? But whatever color you see there, on my screen, you will see agree, disagree, strongly agree, strongly disagree. And on your screen, there will be a color box which you have to tick mark there. Okay. Well, fine. Two of you said disagree, two of you said strongly agree. And so we got only 6 responses right now out of 12 because this was first time. And so for many of you might be using it first time. So still you are not accustomed with this. But any question you can ask. Any question, any doubt, then you can ask. So in the next question, everybody can participate. Yes, any participants? Any doubt? First question we have dealt, but technically working on a Kahoot perhaps may have some problem if you are using first time. So in that case, you can ask if you have that doubt. Okay? Okay, I think second time everybody will be able to do. So on my screen, you will see question and the options agree, disagree, strongly, agree, disagree. Yeah? And that color you have to tap on your screen. No right, wrong answers. There are no right, wrong answers. And if anybody wants to debate on this, that also can be seen. I can give my point of view, one point of view, not my, but one point of view. I say that when we deal with our students in this concern, then believing in luck is problematic. People, instead of that, what people should believe? People should believe in hard work rather than luck. So that is where we have to take them that, well, when we fail, there may be a problem with our planning rather than some destiny playing a vital role in failing us. If we fail, it is not somebody working that I should fail, but some kind of planning might have gone wrong in that. So when I say that morally, what should I believe? Should I believe in luck or not? Then I would say that, well, I should not believe in luck morally. Even though we believe that luck plays a vital role to some extent in various things, and yet this can be seen here. Okay. If any of you would like to say anything here, you can give your response. You can just unmute your mic and you can add in the things here. Okay. The second statement, you cannot be moral without being religious. You cannot be moral without being religious. Yes. Okay, we got 7 responses this time. 7 of you, 6 to this time, 1 more. We have 12 in all here, but 7 of you are responding. And most of you said disagree. Yeah, disagree. You cannot be moral without being religious. Anybody would like to add anything to this? Or how do you see morality and religion? Or in what connection? We have already made one observation earlier when it came with Christianity or other religions, and the moral code emerging out of a religion there. Okay? Yes, anybody and shows time up. Okay, yeah. I think Anuradha madam had a problem that I have not got the option in my screen, and it shows time up. Yeah, the options I think you will see on my screen, the options, and in your screen you will get the color box. So you have to tap the color box there. Okay. Yeah. Okay. But try to see next time what happens there. Okay. Okay, fine. In case I'm reading chat also, so if you put anything in the chat, then also no color boxes are also appearing. Okay, fine. Maybe a network problem, maybe there, and so it is perhaps not taking it very quickly. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Try. Let us see next. Yeah. Okay. But well, it is good that you put a comment here. Yeah. Ajay, Mr. Ajay has said morality is understanding what is right and wrong. Fine. Yeah. Keep on putting your comment also while we are going here. Yeah? It is always advisable that you come live and say something, because this is recorded, and your voice, your face will be recorded, video recorded as a proof by this AICTE program. Yeah? In this AICTE program. So it is always good that if you come online and say, and we all are teachers, we don't have such problem of coming online and speaking. Students may have inhibitions. Yes, students may have inhibitions of coming on the screen and other thing, but well, teachers do not have stage fear, and we do not have screen fear also. Not only stage fear, but also screen fear. We should not have, we are not camera shy. Teachers are not supposed to be camera shy. Yeah, they have to face camera, and they have to, like that is what Corona has taught us, that camera is our best friend. We should learn how to talk with camera. Like right now here, I am just talking with camera. There is nobody here. And when you think that I am talking with you, I am actually talking with a camera. I am looking deep in the eye of camera, and you may think that I am having an eye contact with you. When I see down, I am seeing the screen. And when I see down and do something, you feel disconnected. You feel disconnected. So time and again, teachers have to keep on looking at camera when they talk, when they teach to the students also. Well, so don't be camera shy. Don't have screen fear. Stage fear, obviously, we do not have, but don't also have a screen fear. And also keep on facing camera and be vocal, and also be vocal. Okay. Okay. Next is the freer the market, the freer the people. The freer the market, the freer the people. Yes. This is the thing. Now, whether agree or disagree. Freer the market, freer the people. And also, like, if you still do not get that point and want to know, then also you can ask. Otherwise, I think that, well, you have understood the context. I take it as granted that you have understood the context, because this was already given 2 days before. So you might have gone through some of these questions, and you might have thought also. So out of that thinking also, if there is any question you can ask, or without that also, if right now, if you want to ask or add something, you are most welcome here. Okay. Okay, freer the market, freer the people. Agree and strongly agree. 10. Now we got 12. Yeah, 10. Now we got 12 responses. Yeah. Well, I would say that this is the free market economy. It is about the ethics of economy, and other kinds of things there. I don't think you might have studied economics as such, but we all are part of economy. The budget season is going on in Parliament, but budget session is going, budget was released, and it touches everybody's life in that. That's why free market economy, human beings and other things become very important to be seen in its proper context also. The people who are critic of free market, those who are critic of free market, they say that this freedom is an illusory freedom. This freedom is an illusory freedom. Those who disagreed with this, perhaps they might have this idea in the mind that there is an illusion. So what is an illusion? It tells that earlier you were able to get only 1/10 telephone connection that is from BSNL or government company. Now you can have lot many choices, so you are free. You are free to make a choice of a mobile phone or a telecom connection or scooters or bikes or cars, variety of things. There were only one car making company. Now there are so many there. So free market, which we started working after 1991, and it is 30th year, 30 years, 3 decades of free market. And we gained lot many things also. India gained, and people also got lot many choices. Critics' observation is that these choices are only material choices, material. So if I want something, then it helps me. Otherwise, it is not. So it makes me more material rather than what we use. The opposite word is spiritual, or as a human being. As a human being, I am tied by material things. So sometimes we start believing that if I will eat a chocolate made by multinational company, then only I will be happy. Kuch meetha ho jaye, khushiya, happiness is connected with Coca-Cola, Pepsi or Cadbury's. I will not be happy if I will have the sweet made in my home. That way sometimes the free market makes us ready, and we feel freedom. We just feel an illusory freedom. Well, just one point of critique that also we can always keep in mind when we think of this. Okay, next point, next question. I would always support my country, whether it was right or wrong. I would always support my country, whether it was. There is a condition. Supporting country is, well, fine. Without any doubt, one should stand for the country, nation first. That those ideas are always there. But there is one condition, whether it is right or wrong. Like if nation is moving in a wrong direction, then whether I will support a nation or what, that point becomes very interesting. Well, many of you said strongly disagree, and some said strongly agree, like 50-50. 4 of you said in either way, and 2 said disagree with this point. Anybody would like to add anything here? Anybody? Yeah, okay. Jeba has put here also the response, disagree and other things. Yeah. Anything more? Anything more? Because this is a very complex question, very complex question. And the time in which we are living nowadays in India, where time and again people keep on telling that, well, nation is very important, nation is first, and anything wrong goes, people bring in the idea of nation in between, those kinds of things also. So when we deal with our students about such kind of things, so there are some kinds of debates in our classroom, irrespective of whatever we are teaching. We may be teaching whatever topic, but sometimes we talk about current affairs, what is happening around us in society, and then the teacher's frame of mind will play a very vital role as a fountainhead. So what teacher thinks, and in a larger good of human beings, morality and ethical concerns are always in terms of larger good of human beings. Not today's good, not today you will be happy, do it. A larger good of mankind and happiness is normally at the center when we take any of the positions about these things there. Okay? Well, if you have anything, please keep on putting there, so we can add something more if you have any concerns. Yeah. Our civil liberties are being excessively curbed in the name of corona pandemic. Our civil liberties are being excessively curbed in the name of corona pandemic. These are most of the concerns in free nations like America or many European countries. They do not like lockdown. They do not like lockdown, or even when they are not allowed to go to churches, they oppose the idea that, well, going to church is our constitutional right, and whatever happens, we will go to church, we will assemble, we will do picnic, we will be on the road, we will not follow lockdowns, because civil liberties are being curbed in the name of corona pandemic. We feel sometimes this is madness. Sometimes we feel it is madness. Public health is more important than civil liberties. Public health. So it is not that if I catch a virus and I die, let me die. Who cares? It is my life. It's my life. Let me do whatever I want. Why do you worry? Well, it is not only that. Now, if you get a virus, you may infect other people. So you are a threat to other people. It is not only your life, and you can do anything with your life, but if you become a kind of a living bomb for so many other people, then what? Then what is the concern? So civil liberties and this, but this statement says that are our civil liberties being curbed in the name of corona pandemic? Well, many of you, only we got 4 response and you disagree. Anything, any examples can anybody give here? You can put something in the chat also, whether you agree, disagree, or anything you want to add here. Last time we got some response here, and we had the position. We have situations, for example. Yeah? So people said that, well, fine, people are not allowed to go out, and lots of lockdown conditions, SOPs are there. Yes. But at the same time, many politicians were allowed to have rallies. Politicians, election time or different rallies, they were free to do. So civil liberties of people and the people in power, if they are clashing with each other, then people will raise a question that why the corona was not an issue when the people in the power were doing something. Why it is always when the poor or aam janta or common man, their liberties are curbed and the others are given more space to perform in society. That leads to a very, very tricky situation. Ethics and morality becomes very important before concluding that. Okay, then we are getting this response here. This is again economical concern. If economic globalization is inevitable, it should primarily serve humanity rather than the interest of multinational companies. I repeat this again, because we are living in a time where these concerns and taking an ethical stance becomes very necessary in this context. If economic globalization is inevitable, economic globalization, it should primarily serve humanity rather than the interest of companies, corporates, multinational companies. Yeah? This concern there. Yeah? 7 of you agreed. Now, don't see by the right or wrong answers. Agree, disagree. Don't, as we said, there are no right, wrong answers. Yeah? Strongly agree. Yeah? 7 of you, and it is a good. I think your frame of mind is quite proper in this context. At least we can see this. So multinational companies, economy, free market moves with multinational companies, and it gives us an illusion that you are more free to make choices. And in all that process, if a few people keep on getting richer and richer, and by and large other people remain jobless and go, even their jobs are taken off and they become poor, but few of them keeps on multiplying their property. Then people say that, well, this free market idea or the multinational corporations, they are not working in the larger interest of all human beings. Perhaps there are more advantages, in somewhere hidden advantages of a few selected people there. Okay? I am reading comments also, so in case if you want to add anything, don't forget to put things in the comment box also. Okay? I will read your comment, and if there is anything, we will discuss further also. Okay? But don't be silent. Don't remain silent. Be vocal. Be vocal, and don't be screen shy. You are all teachers. You are not students. If students are there, we have to motivate them a lot to become vocal. And as you know, most of the problems that we have nowadays, that why engineering students or this people are not getting jobs. They are not able to speak. They are not able to speak. Communication skills or the ability to communicate, negotiate is lacking there. Now, if I am as an observer, I am looking at this training program where almost more than 80 participants were there in all the 3 phases. And you see that by and large, teachers are silent. By and large, teachers are not communicating. Then imagine what will be the conclusion of those observations. If somebody is doing research and trying to say, they may perhaps make a kind of a sweeping general statement that maybe because their teachers are also not vocal, maybe their teachers also do not have communication skills. So these students are also not developing the communication skills, which is one of the reasons for not getting jobs. A large number of engineers and they are not able to get absorbed into the job markets, where again people are required, but the concerns there. So be vocal before anybody makes any general statement about the entire education community. Don't miss a chance to be vocal, either in terms of speaking or writing. The chat also is an important space here. Okay. The next one, charity is better than social security. Charity and social security, two concerns. Here it says charity is better than social security as a means of helping the genuinely disadvantaged. Genuinely disadvantaged, poor people, poor farmers, economically weaker people, genuinely. And charity is a better option than social security. So how do we see this concern? Okay, agree for, strongly disagree for, and strongly agree also for. So well, we can say 8 of you agreed with this. 8 of you out of 12 agreed with this proposition, and 12 4 only disagreed. I would like to ask those who agreed, if you want to say anything either in the chat or want to be vocal, and tell that why do you agree with this statement. If I would like to ask, if you want to add something more, charity and social security. Why do we consider that charity is better than social security? Or how do we see what is social security? What is social security? How do we see that also? Last time we got an example, one response that was about this corona time, an example of Sonu Sood, who was doing charity and helping the Mazdurs, the laborers were helped by him, or such examples also can be seen. Charity, and the other side, social security, the concerns of that. Well, other side, you can say that government directly deposited crores of rupees in the accounts of poor people during corona time. Poor people who are living below poverty line, crores of rupees are being deposited in their accounts directly. That is social security concern. And here there is an individual attempts where people are making, and they are doing charity there. And now the concern, which is better? Government doing something is better, or whether individual doing something is better in helping genuinely deprived classes. Okay, Mr. Ajay has put something here. Charity is better, as we can see it in front, and passing the benefits to the needy. Okay, so well, this response I can read in a way like, we have a doubt when government does something for us. We have a doubt because here you say I can see it, so you say, so there is a doubt. Now if there is a doubt about the machinery that functions behind the government offices or government security systems, then ethically what should we do? That we have to question that why should anybody doubt, why that doesn't become as transparent as everything. Because now see, this direct benefit transfer gives lots of transparency. There is no, people don't have to go to any office to take money. Money is directly coming in their account. Technology leads towards transparency. Technology leads towards transparency, and it helps in a better way in looking at moral codes and ethical concerns. It helps a lot in doing that also, provided technology remains free, transparent, and without control of anybody. Then it is very useful. So see, for example, our program itself, technology and our program. We see here that if we are 80 sitting in the room and somebody is speaking from the stage, and again there also hardly 10-15 will be eagerly listening and taking notes. Others might be just sitting only. And here you can see how many of them are active. Here you can actually see that, well, out of 80 registered, 30 are there. Out of 80, 30 participants, and out of 30, 12 are active. Technology gives you data, statistical data, and other things are also given. So that way, so your doubt is quite concernable, Mr. Ajay's doubt, but at the same time there is an answer which also we can see here. Okay, let us see what is next here. Because corporations cannot be trusted to voluntarily protect the environment, they require regulations. Corporations, private companies, mass production, the companies which are doing mass productions, they can't be trusted. So we require government regulations to control the thing so far as environment is concerned. So far as environment is concerned. Yeah, most of you strongly agreed with this idea. No problem. The way we doubt the government machineries, as Mr. Ajay put it, the same way we have doubt about multinational companies' way of doing the thing so far as mass production and environment is concerned there. Okay? But I can give example like Reliance Refinery in Jamnagar, Gujarat. In Gujarat, Jamnagar Reliance Refinery was at the near sea coast. So there were lots of environmental issues, and court also told that you have to plant trees. Some, like for example, 1 lakh tree, just an example. But then the company thought that we will plant 100 times more than expected. If court says us 10, we will do 10,000. We will plant 10,000 plant for environmental thing also. So well, that also is that think big idea. Think big kind of an idea that goes, that also can be seen in a context here. Okay, the next one is school should not make classroom attendance compulsory. Now this is again very complex and very interesting. Schools should not make, or you can say any education, wherever you are teaching, what is the role of attendance or this program also attendance, and whether attendance should be compulsory or not. How do we see this? Schools or education system should not make attendance compulsory. Yes, anybody would like anything in the chat or would like to come by unmuting their mic? You are most welcome if you want to share anything. Disagree. 5 of you said disagree. 3 said strongly agree. Yes. Yeah? So 3 of you are with the idea that attendance should not be compulsory. Yeah? Attendance should not be compulsory. With that idea you are saying, would you like to tell why do you think that attendance should not be compulsory? What are the benefits of having attendance compulsory or not having attendance? Let me wait for a while if anybody is typing in the chat, or if you are coming live to say something. 31 participants we have right now. So in case if anybody wants to just say something. Now I am seeing one camera also has got on. Yeah, the name is HOD-EE. Yeah, thank you for putting your camera on. We were just talking about this, that teachers are now camera shy. Teachers are having the screen fear also. Okay, so if you will keep your camera on, then I will be wrong in my observation that no, these teachers are not having a screen fear, or they are not camera shy also. Okay. Yeah, I got another camera also on. Dr. Shweta Mishra also is there. Okay, anybody? Attendance and the thing, how you see that? Sarita Rathi, Miss Sarita Rathi, learning is important. Yes, that's a good point. Miss Sarita, thank you for your comment. Yes, learning is more important than attendance. If people just come and they do not learn, what is the meaning of that? So learning is more important than attendance. Okay. Yeah, yes. Thank you again, Sarita Rathi, for the comment. Focus should be on learning rather than attendance. That is a very liberal point of view, a very liberal way of looking at the idea, because attendance is somewhere control of something. That becomes very important aspect. Voluntarily, that is good. Yeah. Okay. From the HOD-EEID, if you can put your name, it will be good. At least in the comment, if you can put your name, so we can come to know who is accessing through HOD-EEE. Attendance is not important. Acquiring knowledge is important. Yes, that is also very good point here. Yes. So, well, how would people acquire knowledge or learning if they do not remain present? If people do not remain present, how will they acquire knowledge? So, one idea you may think that, well, knowledge will go to them. Technology can make it possible. Yeah? So, well, wherever they are, from there they can access, they can read. That is, but we have to think that how will knowledge reach to the students, and will student get engaged with that learning or not, irrespective of whether they are present at one place or not. Technology helps us in breaking the barriers of time and place. Time and place. So anytime I can learn, any place I can learn. Anytime, any place. That is how technology breaks the barrier or control of time and place. Attendance is still controlling something. Now you want to see that, well, attendance should not control anything. It should liberate people. And it's a good moral position, because ultimately, either ethically or morally, we want to make people free, liberated human beings. That is more important. We'll end our discussion also with that. So in that case, this point becomes very important, that how the learners or students will get engaged with learning if they remain absent from the things there. Attendance can be fake also. Yeah, that is true. Yeah. Okay. Dr. C. Kamlakannan from Rajalakshmi Institute of Technology, Chennai, has joined us through the ID of HOD. Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Ms. Sarita, for that. Like, we have so many inactive participants. Yeah. So it is also 1/3. There are 90 altogether. 60 are absent. From the 90 registered, 60 are absent, 30 are present. Out of 30, we have 12 active. 12 of them are active. So if you see the ratio of absent, present, and inactive also. So either way, this moves on. Yeah. Okay. Mr. Chintan says that we should make the learning process so interesting that make the presence accordingly. Well, that's a very good idea, that the learning should be so interesting that learners they come to learn. They are eager to learn, that when the class will open and I want to join the class, kind of a thing. But a very, very, very difficult also, because learning is always a painful process. Even if we try lots of edutainment kind of thing, lots of way to engage students in a fun-filled way, gamification we do. They are interested in lots of video.
Excuse me, sir. It's not audible from your side.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Just yeah. Okay. Now, are you getting my voice?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Just change this. Hello. Yeah. Are you getting the voice now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So what was the last word that you heard? Yeah, just 1 minute only. Yeah, okay. At 11:54, I got a comment about, 53. Yeah, no audio. Okay, fine. Yeah, okay. Yeah, a couple of last 2 minutes perhaps. Yeah. Okay, but I was making a point that even cinema is so, and see, films are made of crores of rupees. Best of the writers are there. We can't write our lesson plan with such great writers. There are great actors. We can't act like those actors. So with all those things, a cinema is crores of rupee product. It is made, and then when you ask people what is the learning, again you find the problems that starts coming with those things also. But well, fine. It is tough, and those teachers who can make it very entertaining, engaging, they are, as we say, great teachers. Great teachers. There, it is very tough task also. Okay. Okay. Okay, so challenging task. No? Attendance, another thing, a bit challenging. When we think into it, we find it. Okay. Okay, so okay, let me skip this because we have touched upon this part. So very quickly, if I get one or two important questions very quickly. Okay, yeah, this can be perhaps interesting. One, abortion. Abortion, when the women's life is not threatened, should always be illegal. Means abortion, women, and it should always be illegal. So the concern is that can abortion be legal? Can abortion be legal or not? Here the statement says it should always be illegal. So whether you agree or disagree with that you can say here. But how do you look at this? Because the context of this is not India only, but global, all countries. In India, we have like a ban on abortions, or even the sonography and other things are not allowed in India. It is illegal practice. And we know the reasons. The reasons are very cultural reasons behind that. And it is like there is a kind of a madness for boy child. There is a madness for a boy child. There is a cultural phenomenon. And we somehow respect boys more than girls. And so we have to restrict those kinds of. Once we will come out, when everybody is educated and people come out from this. By education, I don't mean taking degrees, but proper sense of education, ethical concerns, moral concerns. Then perhaps we will not have these rules. Now, in many European countries, women come out with the movement that my womb is my choice. My womb, my choice. Whether I want to have a child or not, I will decide. The state will not decide whether I should keep a child or abort the child. It is my womb, my body, and I will control. Now, see, that doesn't happen in India. In India, women is controlled by the man or the families. Families are controlling the women's mind and body, everything. So in that case, women do not have a choice. Women do not have a choice of what to do. But in the West, more liberal societies, there is a different movement, that my body, my choice, whether I want to be mother or not. And they say that, well, I'm a working woman, and if I go for this, there may be a problem. My promotions and other thing also may be lacking, so I make a choice accordingly. So that is the context in which normally people talk about these concerns there. Okay. Okay, let me skip this question also. Let me skip. No need to respond to this here. Yeah, this can be like when we deal with our students, if this is that enemy of enemy is a friend. The enemy of the enemy is a friend. Normally accepted from what we call it is Lok Vidya or a folk knowledge. The enemy of the enemy is a friend. But ethically, when we say, then how it becomes important. Well, 9 of you say strongly disagree. Well, fine enough. Yeah. So friends are made not only for a particular agenda of a kind of a thing, and quite well responded also here. Okay? Well, so this are, and many such important questions are being discussed discussed in this political compass, the link that is given to all of you, the link that is given. In that link, there are many such interesting questions. If you appear in that, you will get a PDF certificate. And as 11 of you have connected, that's attached and submitted also. If you will study that certificate, you will come to know that with all these thoughts, whether you are a liberal or not, political liberalism and economical liberalism, on the compass of politics and economics, what is your ethical standing? Either you are liberal or you are control freak. And you will find somewhere like world leaders, like Prime Minister of India, President of America, former President of America, or Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela. Where do they stand? Writers, great writers, Russian writers, where do they stand in that compass? And you can say that you are near whom, so far as your ethical stances are concerned, ethical and moral stances are concerned, whether you are near which leader, that you can compare. And you can give this test to your students also as a part of teaching ethics and morality. It can be very interesting also there. Okay, now I want to connect this very idea about ethics and morality in the second phase of our discussion with a language, because it is communication skills and ethics. We think that the one who has got very good communication skills is very good, but when we connect that with ethics, our concern is that a very good speakers can be a very good cheater also. A very good speaker can be a very good cheater also. So only communication skills does not matter. What matters is whether you use that skill, that language, ethically or not. That is also very important. Or how can we differentiate or find that when people use beautiful language, very marvelous way of presenting themselves, but in that limelight or in that focus of light or that language which comes with such a blitzkrieg, like chakachond of the language, if it blinds us, then what? Because we know that the light blinds us also. Light is not always going to give us a better way of looking. It sometimes blinds us. So sometimes the great speakers with their rhetorics can also blind us. And so understanding language is very important, to understand language. Well, so that for that we see this, that three things we will see. One, questions, use of language in question, then images, and then videos, and then video, and then we will try to do some small activity around this. We still have 28 minutes. We still have 28 minutes, as our entire session is interactive. So all 2 hours we are taking for interaction and talking, rather than having first only I am talking and then allowing you to ask, which normally is not materializing into any question and answer. Many a time that part is just left off. So we have mingled both the things together. Okay, so first part, that structure of any question is as devoid of neutrality as is its content. So any question, language is not neutral. Language is always surrounded by our biases, our prejudices, our own politics involved in that, our own ethical concern, our own moral concern. And as we say that we can take either of the stance in ethics and morality, and we can justify ourselves. We can justify that, well, for me in this context, I am ethical and you are unethical. That we can easily do. That's why this becomes very important to keep in mind, that any language or any justification that we do, it is not neutral. And through question, let us try to understand. The form of a question may ease our way or pose obstacles, or when even slightly altered, it may generate antithetical answers. The questions, if you just change the language of the question, the answer will be totally opposite. Antithetical answers also can be there. Let us see a situation. There is one situation where 2 priests are asking to the Pope if it was permissible to smoke and pray. If it is permissible to smoke and pray at the same time. So priest 1 is asking this question. See the structure of the language. See the language, communication skills, and how you get opposite responses, which is deeply connected with ethics and morality also. Is it permissible to smoke while praying? Is it permissible to smoke while praying? The answer will be no. No, while you pray. You can smoke afterwards. If you don't smoke, it is still better. But if you still want to smoke, after praying. Now, another one, is it permissible to pray while smoking? Well, answer is yes, you can. You can pray anytime. You can pray while doing anything. While smoking also, while drinking also, you can pray. So that's the structure of question, the use of language, you get completely opposite answers. Yes, no. At one place, yes, another. So that is how questions or language is also very important to keep in mind when we try to see this. Well, I would request you to watch these images. Watch these images, and let me share a screen. Let me share a screen again. To show you the image, and again in the Kahoot you have to respond. You have to respond with what we tend to discuss. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, here. Okay. I'm going to show you some pictures. Just have a look at the screen that I am sharing. And again, you will have to put your code kahoot.it where you have to go, and a code you have to enter so you can see the pictures. You can do something. You can be interactive also. Yeah, okay. We are generating the code, and the code is 3605541. Yeah, very quickly join. There are only 2 pictures, and there are 4 questions around those pictures, and you just have to tap whether you what you agree with those propositions. Yeah, kahoot.it, and the code is 3605541. 3605541. Yeah. Yeah, okay, we started getting the participants are joining. Yeah, yes. Now just be quick, as quick as you can. Yeah, kahoot.it. Yes, kahoot.it, and the code, and give the code which is displayed on my screen. And then I will display some images, and you have to react on your side to those images. Yes, thank you, Sneha madam, for the game pin 3605541. Okay. Yeah, 6 of you have joined, and I would request this time to be very quick to everybody to join. And still there is one more game, and that will be another platform. The third platform we will work, but just be ready for that also after watching videos. Yeah. Yeah, okay, 9 of you have joined. I think we have the upper limit of 12 of you are actively participating out of around 30 who have joined this right now, the session here. Okay. 10 of you have joined. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Just 1 minute. We are waiting for 1 minute for you to join. Yeah. Okay, so shall I start? 11 of you have joined this game, so let me start here. Yeah, okay, 12 of you have joined. Okay, yeah, 13. Okay, if you are joining, then just let me know so I can wait for a minute. Yeah. Okay, fine. Yeah, 13 of you have joined. Okay, so I'm starting the game now. Okay. Okay, so you will see an image, and there will be a kind of a language along with that image, and you have to read the language. So who reminds you of an ideal there is a spelling error, typo error, ideal Indian women. Yeah? Who reminds you of an ideal Indian woman in the image that you are seeing here? Yeah? Who reminds you of an ideal Indian woman here? Yeah, okay, a lady in sari and a lady standing behind. Yeah, okay, so there is a picture and there is a language, and the language is telling us, so we are seeing that. Yeah, this. Okay, fine. Okay, next question. Whose body language speaks of self-confidence? Yeah, whose body language speaks of self-confidence? Yeah, now same image, language is different. Yeah. The image is same, but the language is different now. The image is same. Yeah, language is different. Yeah, whose body language speaks of self-confidence? Yeah, a lady standing in front and a lady in jeans and t-shirt. Yeah, fine. So what do you see here? You see that language controls our worldview. At one point, the center of the picture was a lady standing behind, and the another context, the center of the picture was a lady standing before. Yes, so that is how we see the world. What is our center of the world? How do we get meaning from the world? How do we see the events of the world? It all depends upon the language that we are surrounded by. It depends upon how it is narrated to us, what is told to us to see. So language is the first software which is installed in our mind, and then it is very difficult to stay out of that software, or rather none of our system of understanding operates without the software of language. It becomes almost operating system. Language becomes operating system. You can't uninstall it. If you uninstall it, then you can't do anything with the world. So with that, and that very first operating system can also be virus, can also be corrupted system. And if it is corrupted, then my worldview is completely different. That's why language is very important. That's why we see that communication skills are very, very important. That's why it is very important. Everybody, irrespective of whether you teach language or not, communication skills are very important for all the teachers. For them, it is, they have to understand language very deeply, whichever language they deal with, mother language, other language, whatever. But very deep understanding of the functioning of language is very important for everybody. One can't be just be lightly with language, because everything is language. The world is language. Our worldview also is language. Okay, two small videos we want to see again to support this argument. To support this argument, we want to see two more small videos. So let me play, and then we will have small activity based on that. Okay, I'm sharing the screen. Let me share the screen. Okay. So what you have to do with this is that two small videos we are going to watch, and while you watch the videos, note down something, pen and pencil if you have, or remember something. You just have to remember few words only. You don't have to remember lot many things. And then when I ask you to do activity, at that time you have to type those words. You have to type those words which are in your mind while you are watching these videos. Only those. So if you keep pen and paper handy, it will be good. You can write few more words. So the answer is not only one, there can be 5 words also as an answer, or more than 5 also, whatever way you want to. So one word is not the answer. Remember, there can be more than one word or 5, 7, 10 words also can be your answer. But those words you will have to type in our last activity. So note down the words while you watch the video. Now what you have to see, here there is an advertisement. Here there is a small advertisement, and our question is to identify which product is advertised here. This advertisement is of which product? For example, is this advertisement of firecrackers? Firecrackers? Is it of courier service? Courier service? Or anti-roach spray, cockroach spray, anti-roach spray, gas cylinder, save fuel, save environment, save fuel, save environment, matchbox, old age worries of the old age, paralysis, and you can't speak. You want to say something, but you can't speak. So this ad, when you watch it, what do you find? We will not complete the ad. Final part, we will not play. We will not play the final part. So it is open for your guessing. You will have to do guessing. But I am giving you some words that this ad about firecrackers, courier service, anti-roach spray, gas cylinder, this, or what is there in this ad, that you have to identify. You just have to note down some of the words that you think this ad is about, this also, this also, this also. The ad can be about 3-4 things also at a time. Yeah. So that you can note down. Okay, let us see the video. Okay.
मैंने कुरियर कर दिया था सर जी, शुक्रवार को 11:30 बजे सुबह कर दिया था। हाँ जी, क्या नहीं मिला आपको? मिल जाएगा सर, मिल जाएगा ना सर, क्यों परेशान हो रहे हैं आप? हाँ जी सर, मैंने कुरियर कर दिया है सर। कभी चीजें मतलब आप समझ नहीं रहे मेरी बात को। आपको क्यों ऐसा लग रहा है कि मैंने कुरियर नहीं किया है? सर संडे को मैं कहाँ जाऊंगा आप बताइए मुझे। संडे को कौन सा कुरियर वाला खुला रहता है सर, आप बताइए मुझे। सर मैं अपने अपने आप को आपकी जगह रखकर देख रहा हूं, लेकिन सर आप मेरी बात को समझने की कोशिश तो कीजिए सर। सर एक दिन का तो सवाल है। आप सर आज संडे है, कल मंडे है। मैं सर आप अजीब तरीके से बात कर रहे हैं सर। तुमने बाहर के कपड़े निकाल दिए? जाओ जाओ जल्दी निकालो। जो हाँ सर मैं कह रहा हूँ कल मंडे है, आ जाएगा सर कल सुबह। हाँ सर आप हमारे थोड़े टाइम है सर।
Okay, so we are not ending the ad at that moment. We are stopping the ad, and you might have noted down. Yes, have you noted down the words? I will ask you where to type those words, but not down the words. Yes, not down the words there. Okay. Next video. Next video. Next video. Now in this video, while you watch this video, 2 times we will watch this brief video, small video. One from a close-up camera, one from a close-up where the camera will move on the speaker and it will move on, and then second time from a wide angle, long shot camera, we will see what is happening. So what is happening here is that while the close-up camera is moving on the face of somebody, lot many things in the room are changing. Lot many things in the room are changing. For example, you are seeing a flower here. Let me give you a tip. Yeah, flower vase is there. There is a flower. Now that flower will change by the end of the video. Well, again, when the camera will come here at this position, the flowers will change. It will be replaced by other flower. It will be replaced. The same way, there are 21 changes in this video. While the camera will start from a long shot, it will focus on the speaker, it will move on all the speakers, and then again come back to this point. At that time, between that time, 21 things will change. Now, how many of the things you are able to notice that they are changing? How many things that you have to write down? For example, flower vase, as I told you, the canvas on the wall, the portrait on the wall, something that is in the hand of the people who are standing, is that changing? Clothes are changing. Somebody is sleeping, a dead body is sleeping. Is dead body changing or not? That all you can see, you can observe. I'm giving you some tips. Yeah, you can observe. But how many things out of 21, how many things you are able to identify that are changing? Note down the words. I will ask you to enter those words at one place here. Okay, let us see this video.
Clearly, somebody in this room murdered Lord Smythe, who, at precisely 3:34 this afternoon, was brutally bludgeoned to death with a blunt instrument. I want each of you to tell me your whereabouts at precisely the time that this dastardly deed took place.
I was polishing the brass in the master bedroom.
I was buttering his lordship's scones below stairs, sir.
Why, I was planting my petunias in the potting shed.
Constable, arrest Lady Smythe.
But how did you know?
Madam, as any horticulturist will tell you, one does not plant petunias until May is out. Take her away.
Sorry, madam.
It's just a matter of observation. The real question is, how observant were you?
Okay, did you notice the 21 changes? I request you to write down, and then now before we see the other part, we see the final part of both the videos. I would request you to put it here. Yeah? I'm sharing this tab, and just have a look at the screen. And what you have to do here is, you have to open a website known as menti.com. Yes, open menti.com, menti, menti.com, and use the code 2185361. I would request somebody to put it in the chat also, menti.com, and the code 2185361, and you have to type as many words as you want to, single word at a time, single word at a time about the advertisement video. Which product is the ad made for? Which product is the ad made for? Yes. Okay, so I request very quickly to go to menti.com, put a code and start typing one word at one time and give us your responses. Any problem, let us know. Any problem if you are facing, please let us know. Okay? These are the responses of last two batches, and your responses will merge together with these responses which you are seeing here on the screen. But as soon as you will start giving your responses, the cloud will start changing. The cloud, yes, see now it is changing. So some of you have started entering your responses. So the cloud has started, yes, so now again it is changing. Yeah, thank you for your responses. You can keep on adding for a while, one word at a time. Yeah, so you will see here that the word which is used maximum by the participants is larger word, and the one which is smaller is lesser used by the participants. So lighter is visible, lighter, gas lighter, gas cylinder, safety measures, save fuel, save environment, old age worries, matchbox, cockroach spray. These are visible words. Flower vase not here, flower vase in the next question. Yeah, flower vase in the next one, not here. A portrait not here, not the second video. See, this is about advertisement. This is about advertisement, which is the product of advertisement. This video, this is that question. The next question will come about the second video, where you have to put portrait and other things. Okay, here. Okay. Okay, so this is first. Yeah, okay, still it is changing. You are giving your responses. So the cloud picture keeps on changing live. Yeah? It keeps on changing while the respondents are responding to it. Okay, safety measures, lighter, gas cylinder, old age worries, save fuel, save environment. These are some of the general things that people have given here. Okay. Yeah, next question. Now, next one, in observation video, how many things are changed while camera rolls over the speaker? Name it in the answer, like flower vase or portrait on the wall or what any other thing that you have noticed that you start writing. Now you will be seeing another question on the screen, and here you have to type about the second video that you have seen. Yes, yes, now you are changing. Flower vase, carpet, candle stand, clock, bear, teddy bear, chair, candle stand. Okay, so these are some of the words that you are seeing, that you have observed, which are changing in the second video. Okay. Yes, yes, it is changing. Yeah, bed sheet, person, lying person also. The person who was dead is also changing. Yeah, the person who was dead is also changing. Costumes also of the speaker. Okay. Props in the hand, props in the hands are also changing. Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, your responses are getting reflected here, and the cloud picture is changing with your responses here. Okay. Yeah, okay. So coming back to the video, see this video. I'm sharing the screen again. Now you can come back to my screen and see this video, how things are changing from a long shot.
Action. Clearly, somebody in this room murdered Lord Smythe, who, at precisely 3:34 this afternoon, was brutally bludgeoned to death with a blunt instrument. I want each of you to tell me your whereabouts at precisely the time that this dastardly deed took place.
I was polishing the brass in the master bedroom.
I was buttering his lordship's scones below stairs, sir.
I was planting my petunias in the potting shed.
Constable, arrest Lady Smythe.
Yes, so from a long shot visit. Now see, what is the concern of this is that our language also works like a close-up. And so we need to understand the wide angle of language, or wider way of understanding the language, and along with that, ethical and moral concern. When we see with narrowness, the camera binds our vision. Camera will bind our vision. So we'll just see things from a narrowness, then we won't be able to see the things in totality. Language becomes binders. So we have to understand the functioning of the language so that we can see things in a proper context. In this ad, it was about the final part of the ad. The ad was not of the product. This ad was not of the product. It was about emotion. And which kind of emotion? Tension. And what kind of tension? The tension was that there is a India-Pakistan cricket match in World Cup. So one television channel was making an advertisement of the tension which will be between India and Pakistan on this. So this ad was made by the channel for a cricket match. And what was that? Not product but emotion. But why we see only product? Because there was a language. The language told that, see this. I was telling you with the help of language that see whether it is old age worries, it is lighter, it is matchbox or this. So you will see that only. You can't go beyond that. That is how language controls us. When somebody tells that look this, we see only that. We can't see out of the box. We can't think out of the box because language do not allow us to do that. Language does not allow us to do that, and we have to be very careful that language do not bind us. And why all these things are necessary? In the final part, I would like to say that why all these things are necessary for us to understand this, that because we are now facing, let me stop sharing the screen. Yeah. Because we all are facing with, for example, newer challenges nowadays. Artificial intelligence is coming, and artificial intelligence comes with a lot many, for example, gender biases and lot many other kinds of concerns also. For this kind of works like Kriti Sharma's work tells us that can we keep our biases, ethical bias, moral bias, linguistic biases out of artificial intelligence or not. Otherwise, the way the world is, even with machines, with artificial intelligence also, the world will be similar only. So this work and this work by Robin Hauser also talks about the gender biases, which are, because coders, the people who are coding, if their mind is not free from the ethical bias, moral bias, or they don't know how the language has already blinded them, then what will happen? What will happen is that their coding also will bind the people. This was an example. This was a recent example where Timnit Gebru and Google had a problem. And she was observing that this face detection technology is with black people. It works well with white people, but not with the black people. And so there may be many concerns. If we are going to make our decisions based on artificial intelligence in coming days, then our artificial intelligence may give us wrong signals. The message, the statistics that are given to us may be wrong also. This also is worth understanding. Moral Machine, the project by MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, where they are working on this driverless car. So if you visit this website, they will ask you to play a game. That if you are driving a car and you are seeing that there are children here, there are old people here, there is cyclists here, there are people crossing the zebra crossing, and the signal is on for walkers, and there is a brake fail, and you are having a brake fail. Whom will you kill? Whom will you kill? You have to strike somewhere. Will you say that, well, these people who are walking without the signal, they are violating the law, so let them die? Or let the child die, let the old people die, let the cyclist die? What choice will I make? Whatever choice as a human being I am going to make, machines are going to make the similar choices. Machines are going to make the same choices in a given condition. So this understanding about how ethics, morality, language functions around us, gives a worldview, is very, very important thing, because ultimately everything comes down to making human beings, reinventing human beings. Education normally is for like sa vidya ya vimukti. It is for liberating people, liberating from biases, ethical concerns, moral concerns, where people justify with the language that ethically I am right, I am on the side of dharma, you are on the side of adharma, but you are using language in a wrong way. and language is supporting you. Language is because language can support anybody, and whoever is good speaker of language, he will use language for personal benefit. So then how will you talk about humanity, human beings? How will we can say that we are really liberated through our education as such? Or tamsoma jyotirgamaya, like tamas is darkness. How from darkness we can take our future generations towards enlightenment or light? That becomes a prime concern also there. So I hope you might have enjoyed the session, this one. Thank you everybody for playing the Kahoot and Menti game, which made our interaction slightly interactive also. Thank you everybody. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. You have made the session very interesting as well as very informative and live. Now, if from the participants, if you have any query or if you want to give any feedback, you can.
Well, I can give a feedback. Yeah, this is like the participants are very silent. Yeah, very silent. So nobody is speaking anything. Yeah? So that is again, we can say that either people are camera shy. They're not putting the camera on.
Very
or
nice
they are,
session, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. We got one from HOD Tripoli. Yeah. You were putting your camera on also. Occasional timing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Yes. Okay. Okay, so I think we can end here.
Yes, sir. You want to say something?
Yeah,
Actually,
yes, yeah. If
I
you
think
want
to say something.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, some network issue will be there, I think. Okay, I request all the participants to make your camera on to take a screenshot. I request all the participants for 1 minute, please do. Yes.
That is a good idea. Normally, when we physically meet each other, we also
good memories also.
Yeah, we keep a memory in a way. We take a group photo of everybody. So it is always a good idea to have a good memory. Now we have to go for the virtual,
Yes,
the virtual way,
more.
the virtual way of taking a group photos.
All are requested to do, please.
Then you can just turn off if you wish. Thank you, sir, for your presence today.
Okay, thanks a lot. Yeah, thanks. Please share the recording with me. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Surely I will do that.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.